Chat Valley. Hi, everybody. Robert Williamson set to bring the coverage. Spring Hill in town to take on your Coyotes. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for both. And we will start with the visitors out of Mobile. Spring Hill putting Williams, Toomer, Curley, Burke, and Sisk on the floor to begin this one. Meanwhile, the Coyotes with a little different look, compliments of some injuries. And as a result, you've got Blackshear, you've got Purifoy, Williams getting the starting 9. It is the 5th start of the season for Williams. McIntosh, kind of familiar to that starting lineup. He has started every game thus far this year. Whitehurst getting his 5th start of the year as well. So there you have it, the gentlemen who will be on the floor, or to be more precise, are on the floor as we get your basketball underway on a Friday, and the opening tip is controlled by Coastal Alabama North. JV for the Badgers of Spring Hill, as it is given underneath to McIntosh, and there was a foul apparently on the floor prior to the shot. And the foul is going to go against Carl Toomer, the sophomore out of Anchorage, Alaska. Okay, if we think it's a little chilly here, you can only imagine when this gentleman played his high school ball. Prior to coming, though, to Spring Hill, was at Huntington College there in the Montgomery area. So he's gotten a little more acclimated to the warm versus the cool. So it'll be brought in for the baseline. We are 13 seconds into the game. And have a personal already. Williams to put it in play. And does so to McIntosh. Only one game today, as it is kicked over to Blackshear, shoots the 3, rims in and out. And Toomer grabs the rebound. Ladies have the night off, just the men playing. There's a long-range shot. Misfiring is Curley. Rebounded by Blackshear, tipped away by Toomer, but, well, I thought for a moment they were going to say Toomer knocked it off of Blackshear, but according to the official, he did not. And each team has had a possession. Neither team has scored. Of the 7 losses for Coastal North, put back by Blackshear off the Purifoy miss is good. But of the 7 losses, 6 have been by 4 points or less for Coastal North. So they have been in every ball game. And as a matter of fact, last night, indicative of the kind of string that has stretched into 6 losses, had a 1-point lead in Boaz against Snead State. And Snead State banks one in at the buzzer to win it. Had a lead like that against Indian River. Or actually Indian Hills. There is an Indian River, but there is an Indian Hill that came here as the 7th-ranked team in the country. And again, fought them down to the wire. Tie ball game going into the final minute. So none of that expectation has gone anywhere. Anticipating a great year out of the Coyotes, have just run into a little speed bump here in the early part of the year. If you're going to run into a speed bump, this is the time to do it. Whitehurst for 3. A little bit long, and Toomer with the rebound. And he'll handle the chores of bringing it to the opposite end of the floor. Trying to get it into the corner to Williams. It is tipped away and stolen away by Whitehurst. Bring it in baseline. Purifoy throws it right into the hands of Toomer. There is a 3 from Williams, no good, rebounded by McIntosh. So more than 2 minutes into the game, getting closer to 3 in. And just a single field goal thus far. Coming from the Coyotes, Williams trying to get it down to McIntosh, tipped over to Blackshear, nothing there, able to Spin it over to Purifoy, and the jumper, it is short. Still a 2-zip game at the 3-minute mark as far as 3 into the game. Coastal North without the services of Chi Evans and also without the services of Abdul Bayai. Both have injuries that aren't serious enough to keep them off the floor for the entirety of the season, but they are serious enough to keep them off the floor for a number of games. Nice spin move by McIntosh for 2. And the early 4-zip lead belonging to the home team. Over to Toomer. Feeds it down low. Burke with a miss. Follow-up no good. Purifoy grabs it. From the top of the key, Blackshear dips it in and out. McIntosh trying to get the putback, draws the foul. And McIntosh heads to the stripe, shooting 2. McIntosh leading scorer on the team, averaging 15 a game. In the ACCC, he is second best in the conference in shooting from behind the arc, a 60% three-point shooting. As a matter of fact, his three-point shooting is just a tad better than his free throw shooting. Shoots 59% from the stripe, 60% from behind the arc. One of 2 goes McIntosh, and Blackshear is going to climb over and Badger back, trying to get the rebound. So it is Spring Hill ball in a 5-zip game. Thrown away from Toomer, picked up by McIntosh. Drive down low, that will miss. Blackshear tried to grab it, slipped out of the grasp of Blackshear. And the Badgers will have it put in play to Curley. Orman goes to Toomer, back to Curley. He fires a rocket down low, and there's the first points of the contest. They belong to Ethan Sisk. First points of the game for Spring Hill, obviously. Coastal North on the board and jumped out to the 5-zip, now the 5-2 lead. It is Michael Willis who has come into the ball game for the Coyotes. And Sisk will tip it away. Willis to put it in play from the near sidelines. Down front it goes to Williams. Works it down low, fires outside of the arc. Blackshear knocking down the 3 ball. And that lead is back to 5 and then some. Over to Toomer, running the point. Floor general for these Badgers gives it to Williams. Lost it off the ankle. That might have been a walk, and Curley did indeed take an extra step. And it'll be Coyote basketball. And there is a timeout on the floor asked for by the Badgers. Patrick Nyland not particularly pleased with 2 points in better than 5 minutes. And the Coyotes taking a 6-point lead into our first timeout.
About to start my day, but first, coffee. Here with my coastal crew. Woo! And that's how I end my day at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Off the glass for McIntosh as we get back to the basketball coming out of the timeout. Cross court to Sisk. Leans in with the left hand. Loose ball, battle to get it back. McIntosh does. Goes over to Parker Williams. And the Coyotes trying to take an early double-digit lead. Williams with two more defending. Fed over to Whitehurst. He'll bring it from just outside of the paint. Got a blocking foul. That'll be charged to Curley. And the bucket will count. The and one coming up from Whitehurst. Well, a reminder, we are back not only on Monday for Chad Valley and the Coyotes, but tomorrow we got basketball at the Mitchell Center in Mobile. Coastal Alabama South's ladies playing host to Delgado. It was a game that was originally slated to be played in Bay Minette, but still that renovation going on at the gymnasium on the campus of Coastal South, not quite complete. They think it will be soon, but it's not yet. So tomorrow's game moved from Bay Minette to Mobile. Toomer putting up the three off the rim. Willis with a rebound. Pushes it to the other end of the floor. Nearly lost the dribble, able to get it back. Sends it over to Parker Williams. Got a couple of Williams playing. Parker for the Coyotes and Jalen for the Badgers, and they're on the floor simultaneously. Speaking of on the floor, that foul is committed on the floor, so the bucket no good. Williams coming to the sidelines, checking into the ball game. That is John McCants. McCants has appeared in 7 of the 9 games this year. And now stepping onto the floor in his 8th. Puts it in play from the baseline and able to get it into Blackshear, who misses on the long 2. Also, Ethan Anderson has checked into the lineup for the Coyotes. Into the corner, left open there is Nicholas Childs now in. Childs with a miss. Blackshear's got it. And he will walk. And it'll be Spring Hill ball at the 13:01 mark. Here comes Purifoy back into the ball game. Willis. Let's see, see the guy headed to the sidelines? No. It is Blackshear. Top of the key jumper, it is no good for Curley. McCants working it to the timeline, top side to Anderson. Pretty nice toss to McIntosh. Williams will block it from the backside. And it will stay Coyote basketball. Halftime, we talk with Daniel Head, the AD of all the Coastals. As it is put in play to McIntosh, he'll kiss it off the glass. And Spring Hill, 1 field goal in almost 8 minutes of play. Over to Zisk, puts up the 3 ball, it's short. McCants with the rebound. Hands over to the timeline on the right side. Out to defend Curley, and that is dribbled out of bounds by McCants. And it will be Badger basketball. Put in play to Williams. Down it goes to Burke. Burke picking up his dribble. Top of the key, feeds underneath to Williams. Williams able to shoot, able to miss. Able to rebound and able to miss again. It is McCants on the other end of the floor. And he will get fouled. Burke the guilty party. They say instead it is going to be Curley from the backside that committed the foul. And not Burke from the front side. So McCann's going to the stripe, picking up, or at least trying to, and now does pick up his first points of the game. McIntosh getting his first breathing, a little better than 8 minutes of play. Goes to the sidelines, and Brayshawn Williams will check into the game. Got a lane violation on Burke, so another opportunity for McCants. $14-point very early lead in this one. I say very early. Still in front of the midpoint in half number one, so I would say we still consider that early. $15-point lead for the Coyotes. Burke rejected by Anderson. Here's Toomer coming back into the ball game. Burke will go out. Childs to put it in play. He is a freshman from right here in Monroeville, playing his high school ball at Monroe County High School. Williams with a miss on the 2-try. Childs with a rebound. Over it goes to Sis. Top side to Curley. 3-ball short. McCants with another rebound. Feeds to Anderson. Outside of the arc, Purifoy. McCants open briefly. Williams closing the door, though, on that 3-point opportunity, and then you got a bump by Williams. Coyotes benefiting from the bump because it was just about to be thrown away by McCants. So Purifoy brings it in from the other side of the floor. Does so to McCants. It is stolen away. Siska's got it. Tries to weave around Anderson and put up the layup. Toomer's shot blocked by Purifoy, but there is a foul, and Toomer will shoot. Well, if you're looking at a roster that is pretty diverse from geographical regions, then Spring Hill's one. They got Louisiana, Missouri, the Bahamas, Alabama, Alaska, Texas, Massachusetts, and Sweden all represented on their roster. Toomer, couple of misses. Rebounded by Williams. Given a Trey Durant, who is now in the game for the Coyotes. Anderson picking it up in the paint, lost it. Got it back, leans in, drew the foul. And he will shoot free throws. Anderson averaging a point a game, a 40% free throw shooter. He has played in 8 of the 9 games this year. Started 4 of them. As a matter of fact, he started the last time we were here. And that was on, I think it was Tuesday night against Bevel State. 0 for 2, both teams struggling at the stripe. Good thing for the Coyotes, though, is that the Badgers are struggling from the floor as well. And as a result, Coyotes have built a 15-point lead. Toomer with it top side. Defending is Durant. Over to Williams. Fires into the corner. Toomer 1 of the 3, but able to change his mind quickly as Willis. Williams missing on the 3 try. Durant able to get rid of it to Purifoy. Trying to whip it down low to Williams. Got it back off the glass, not there. The Williams putback, though, is his. Toomer swatted away by Willis. Badgers keep the basketball, bring it in from the baseline, give to Williams. And Anderson will reach in and take a swat at the basketball and got some flesh in the process. That is a non-shooting foul. He was not in the act of shooting. He was in the act of getting to the hoop to shoot. To Toomer. And he'll get sandwiched. Either Williams or Durant picking up the foul. Let's see which of the two. Either the front or backside did it. And they're going to say it's the backside. Williams picking up the foul. And Toomer back at the stripe where he was 0 for 2 his last trip. Goes 2 for 2 this time. Doubles the Spring Hill output. Into the corner it goes. Willis firing the 3. The floor struggles are on a lot of different spots on the floor. And the stripe behind the arc. Long 2 rims in and out for Childs. Willis. Over to Purifoy and picked up by Sisk. Toomer in and out on the 3. Durant with the board over to Purifoy. Hands it to Willis, brings it baseline. Waits for Curley to get off the floor, takes the shot and won't drop. Toomer's got it. Down the floor to Sisk, lays it in for 2. And that is the second Badger field goal of the half. Out of the corner comes Purifoy. Eventually to Willis. He creates the look, just couldn't get it to fall. Williams with the board. Inside 8 to play in half number 1. There's a 3 from Williams, not there, and the Badgers still 0 for from behind the arc. Durant over to Williams. Purifoy's got it at the timeline, brings it to the top of the key. Willis thinking about the 3, kicks it over to Purifoy. Leans in with the right hand. Initially Curley had it, Willis able to take it away. And he will throw it out of bounds in an effort to get it to Anderson. Travis Johnson into the ball game. Rontavious Blackshear back in. Jacques Bousson checking into the game as well for the Coyotes. And Williams will get fouled. Let's see who committed the personal. Williams shooting. Never saw the official indicate who committed the foul and gave a thumbs up to his comrade in officiating. Anthony Jackson, the freshman out of Dallas, Texas, who played his high school ball at North Garland, coming in. Garland sounds familiar. There used to be, and I'm assuming there still is, although it may have a different name, a Garland Event Center. There in the Dallas area, the Southwestern Athletic Conference used to hold their conference tournament there. Johnson dips it in and out. Toomer. That is short. He is hammered. He'll shoot two. And Toomer going to the strike. I mentioned he's from Alaska. That's one of those on my bucket list from a broadcast perspective. Haven't streamed a game out of the country. Haven't streamed in Alaska and Hawaii. Of course, some other states too. Not saying we've done all 48 contiguous states, but we've done about 30 some odd. But you know, on the bucket list is to get Alaska and Hawaii and some other part of the world. Over it goes to Blackshear, launches the three, drops it in the bottom of the barrel. Toomer over to Williams. That is rejected by Williams. Jalen rejected by Brayshawn. Both teams in the bonus. So Jackson will shoot. 1-1, no good. Rebound retrieved by Spring Hill. Williams to Jackson. Back over it goes to Curley with a dwindling shot clock. And that shot clock now at 4. Toomer to put it in play. Out front to Jackson, turns around, fires because he had to. And well, I don't know if I've seen one get part of the roof structures, but that one did. Well, it was a desperation heave from Jackson. He knew time was running out of the shot clock. Coyotes after the shot clock violation with the basketball. Blackshear working into the top of the key. Stolen right away by Jalen Williams. Goes over to Toomer. Feeds it down low. That is Jackson. And the Badgers hit double digits. And despite their struggles in the first half, a 12-point lead with better than 24 minutes to go in the basketball game is not an insurmountable advantage. Blackshear again for 3. But if you're the Coyotes at this point, or really any point in the game, you're perfectly content with swapping their 2s for your 3s, and that's a pair of 3s for Blackshear. Jackson out front to Childs. Curley sending it into the corner. That is Williams with a miss. Blackshear's got it. He will draw the foul. And will head the stripe. And there is a timeout on the floor. It is asked for by the Coyotes. 4:18 to play. Half number 1. Coyotes jumped out with a 5-zip lead and haven't looked back yet.
What's up, y'all? Here at Coastal, Alabama. I'm about to go and get this Lug Day started. Let's get it. We're here again after it today. You're... Hey, let's go, baby. Let's ride. Yes, sir.
Not a huge crowd on hand here in Monroeville, but there's a sizable contingency of fans watching and enjoying from Monroeville, Alabama. It was a game that I think was originally slated for a different day. And, of course, you don't have a ladies' game, so that pulls a little bit away from the crowd. You don't have cheerleaders, so that pulls a little more from the crowd. Blackshear getting his first. A 17-point lead. Toomer feeding it down low. Williams trying to get it over to Child, stolen away by Bousson. Durant underneath. The miss by Johnson. Toomer, that is a long three, dipped in and out. Blackshear with a board. Tosses to the other end of the floor, off the glass and rim, no good for Kamayan Bell, who has checked into the game. And yeah, this is going to be one of those games where just about everybody, maybe everybody, that's donning a Coyote uniform is going to get an opportunity to play. Blackshear with a miss from short range. Childs has got it. Curlin Williams wide open down low as Childs. Bousson trying to get back to defend. Could not, and Childs will bucket the two. Bousson to Johnson. And is Bell putting up the three ball. Short, Toomer with it. Little pass and catch between Childs and Toomer. Over it goes to Williams. He'll lean in with the right hand. Bousson grabbing the rebound. Durant taking a left turn into the paint, off the glass, rebounded by Curley. Over it goes to Sisk from just outside of the lane. Two more for the Badgers. And you got a timeout on the floor. Chuck Taylor feeling a little bit of a surge by the Badgers. Wants to stop it here with 1:49 left in the half.
Think you need a 4-year degree to make good money? Think again. Get training in your own backyard. Master a skill to land a job fast. And start your path to a career that pays. Discover welding at Coastal Alabama Community College. So what are you waiting for?
1:49 left before halftime. Coyotes with a 13-point lead, but it's been bigger. And the Badgers have shown a little burst and has sliced the lead down. In the corner it goes to Buisson. Give goes to Parker Williams, who is back into the ball game. Lost it. Jalen Williams grabs it. Hands over to Curley, and Curley will take it to the Badger into the floor. Willis with the reach and the steal. Feeds over to Williams, and he will walk. Norman goes to Toomer to Sisk. Toomer with it top side. Tucked it on the hip, took it to the glass. Jalen Williams came down with it. It will go out of bounds off Williams. Here comes Caleb Renfro into the game with bandaged up hand and all. Blackshear out of the ball game. Over to McIntosh, who's back into the game. Took a healthy break. Came out at the 11:41 mark. Back into the game now. 60% from three-point range. Misses that one. Toomer with the rebound. And it would appear as though the Badgers are going to play for the last shot of the half. Trying to make it a 10 or 11-point game at halftime. Williams with the perimeter two. Rims out. McIntosh with it. 4 seconds to get into the other end. He got it there, but not in, and that will put an end to the half. It is halftime at the half. Your Coyotes with a 27-14 lead. Got a conversation with Athletic Director Daniel Henn coming up. That's our halftime feature, and it's 1 minute away.
Think you need a 4-year degree to make good money? Think again. Get training in your own backyard. Master electrical and mechanical skills, process controls, hydraulics and pneumatics, and land a job that can take you anywhere. Start your path to a career that pays. Discover electrical and instrumentation technology at Coastal Alabama Community College.
It is halftime. At least we are airing this at halftime, but we are also airing this on YouTube, and it's not halftime there. So I guess we'll just say it's a conversation with the AD and all the Coastals, Daniel Henn. How you doing, Daniel?
Oh, I'm doing great, Robert. Thanks for having me on today.
Hey, it is a delight, man. You have got to have a really busy schedule, and I think today's probably indicative. I mean, you've been at all the campuses that play sports, and, well, you've been to 2 of the 3, and the third is coming up. But you've also got a lot of construction work going on at Coastal. So how are you balancing all these different tasks?
Oh, it's just another day in paradise. We've got I balance everything because we have a great staff of coaches that run their programs at a high level, and so they make my job a lot easier. I just am kind of go and try to facilitate things for them and provide opportunities for them to do the jobs that they were hired to do. So, we've got a lot of things happening. We've had a lot of things going on, college-wide over the last year or so with some changes, and we're excited about the new look and some of the new facility things we have going. And it's a great time to be a Coastal Alabama Coyote.
There are so many changes going on. I'm delving into my brain as to which one to hop on first. Let's start with the Coyotes. Okay, so there used to be Sun Chiefs, there used to be Warhawks, there used to be Eagles, now all Coyotes. How has that transition to a new mascot been?
Oh, it's been incredible. The campuses, the communities, the student athletes, the coaches, everybody's bought in, and they see. I think they've finally, there was obviously with change, there's always going to be some apprehension, and there will be some resistance. But we had a good team that worked together to implement the change, and with a partnership with Rare Design and with our PR marketing department. It was just, they made things as easy as possible, and they've done a lot of when people start seeing the new look and the new logo, and I mean, we've already won some state and national awards with the new logos. It's just been a great, exciting opportunity, and the kids are really embracing it, and we're just excited about the future.
I like the new look. I like the new logo. The question I've got to have answered is, let's go back in time, because I'm assuming that when you go through this process of determining what is going to be that final one name that represents all campuses, that there's a discussion of a variety of names. So how were the Coyotes the final one decided upon?
Well, like I said before, Rare Design was they're a company that's what they do. They do branding and logo designs, and what's unique about their company is they kind of like to tell a story, and they want to learn about the organization. So this was a long, thorough process where they came in and they interviewed community members, alumni, students, faculty, staff. I mean, everybody that's been involved that would have an impact with the college, and they kind of wanted to understand what were some of the trends and what were some of the familiarities and what with all of our athletics and the communities and some of the characteristics, because obviously when you design a brand, you want it to represent some of the characteristics that you feel your organization has. And so through that, they determined some of the consistent things were loyalty and familial, but also intense and things like that. So they gave us a lot of direction to tell that story. And when we did release the rollout of announcing the name and all that, we had a video that kind of explained that process and explained why. And I know you aired that, so you've seen it, but yeah, that is a lot of where that comes from. And then we kind of had a few different options that we were talking about, and there were some rumors about different things, but we settled on the Coyote, and it also is a very prominent member of the community here. I mean, you can ride down the road at night, or you go, a lot of people hunt, live around rural areas and heck, populous areas these days where, you can find coyotes roaming around, and they have a lot of, cool characteristics. And then once we decided what we wanted to go with, their design team just did a phenomenal job on the look, and we couldn't be more pleased.
Obviously, we're limited at halftime because I think we probably can go through a couple of halves on the information about things going on in Coastal. So let me hop over to construction. A lot of renovation going on, and specifically having an impact on play in the gymnasium is the work there in Coastal South. So when do you think that gymnasium will be available?
Right now, we are planning on there's some games on the schedule in early December. I think it's December 3rd, 4th, something like that. We will be in the gym for those games. I actually just spoke with the project manager today. She's in Bruton. She's with another facility another facility improvement in Bruton that we've been doing with the HVAC unit here, and she assured me that everything was on track for basically when we get back from Thanksgiving break, to be able to at least for most of the building to be accessible, but for all the for practicing and games and all that. I mean, I went in yesterday. The bleachers are in, the floor's down. It looks great, and so it's really proud of all the work and all the commitment. And there's been a year of a lot of people having to adjust and work around it. And that's a little frustrating, but you'll take a little bit of a frustration for a year to have long-term, a nice long-term solution.
For those of us who have not had the opportunity yet to go in and take a look around, what are the differences? I mean, do you still have at South that band stage on one end and the crow's nest about mid part of the floor? Is that still part of the makeup?
Not, I don't think so. No, I think I think the crow's nest probably still there. The band stage is gone. It's just the bleachers, we've got the gold chair backs. They look really good in there with the black frame. It's the floor. We got a couple of neat surprises there on the floor that we don't want to reveal right now, but it's a really cool look there. It's just real clean and new gold assemblies, motors on the things that lift the goals up. I mean, it's and the bleachers were pushed in yesterday, so I didn't see them pulled out. Like I said, they just installed them last week, so that was my first opportunity to go in and look. So I got to kind of get a sort of a preview, but not a full functioning preview yet.
All right, let's hop outside of Coastal and into the conference where there's now two divisions, 1 and 2. You've got a Coastal that's a 1, you got a Coastal that's a 2. How has that been thus far? I know it's very early, and as a matter of fact, really some of the teams just now beginning division play, but how has that been?
Well, right. We just finished up our fall seasons, our volleyball, which volleyball in the state of Alabama right now is all Division II. So both of our teams play in the Division II conference. Our Coastal North team in Bruton, they finished third in the conference and went to the postseason and had a great year. And finished strong there. Our men's and women's cross country teams in Bruton. Our men's team is actually competing at first year program. We finished 4th in the conference in the regular season tournament, and we qualified for nationals. So first year we're headed up this weekend. Coach Nims and her crew, they've just done an outstanding job of just taking on the new program and going out and working hard, and they're going to be competing in the national cross country meet this weekend in Huntsville. So that's another just unheard of accomplishment for a first team year program. So we're excited about that. Now we're rolling into basketball season, that's where the D1, D2 really starts to affect. We have our Monroeville Coastal North teams are Division II. Our Bay Minette teams are Division I. So they'll play in different conferences. They actually play each other in non-conference also, and they've already played once in the non-conference. And actually, the women play tonight again in Monroeville. So we're getting those non-conference games out of the way, and then they'll start conference play in a few weeks. And the cool thing with all those sports is we have an opportunity to be conference champions, and at both places.
Mm-hmm.
There's no interconference competition. We could go win national championships, and at both, we'd have a Coastal South and Coastal North national champion. I mean, so that's one of the things that with the realignment, you want to allocate your resources to be smart and fiscally responsible. And so, we had 3 teams all playing in the same conference, and only one could be a champion. And that's kind of frustrating a little bit if you're allocating your resources all with only one opportunity, where this time we have 2 different teams that can have a clear direct path and not cross each other to be conference champions, state champions, national champions, however that works. And that, I think that helps show more viability and why we have multiple teams and multiple programs on different campuses.
Okay, now I got to ask, you got 2 Division II volleyball teams, though, South and North. So what was the thinking behind that?
Well, that's just that's the conference mandate. All of our teams are Division II, so that was kind of an exception to everything else. But all of the individual sports are the same, like your golf and tennis. But those are more of your individualized sports. The only major team sport like volleyball is the only one where we have the same, and that's just due to there's not an option for the conference. With international play being a Division I. In Alabama, you can't have international scholarship students. And so we're at a competitive disadvantage in volleyball because most of your highly competitive teams in volleyball are going to have basically probably 75% international players, and it's just a totally different game. And so, our conference has never been really competitive at the national level of Division I. So that we all moved to Division II, so we'd have an opportunity. Wallace Hansville won the conference championship, and they've got a legitimate shot to go win the national championship now. And, they've been a dominant team in Alabama, but they've never really had a chance to compete nationally in the national tournament in Division I over the past few years. So.
Daniel, had always great talking with you. We hadn't conversed since last year, so I wanted to get you on the air so we could find out the latest in regards to Coastal. Great job. Love the Coyote logo and how that has transferred into a great athletic look. And we'll talk again during the course of the season.
That's great, Robert. We're proud of it, and thanks again for all you do for us. It's a great partnership that we have with JockJive, and just do a first class job, and we're proud to be able to have partnered with you guys and have this relationship.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, have a great evening.
You too.
You're organized, driven, focused, ready to create the life of luxury in the most beautiful and unique locations, locally and around the world. Discover hospitality management at Coastal Alabama Community College.
We get ready for second half action. You see the clock winding down. That's the clock that indicates the 15 allotted for halftime has just about expired, and we'll see that 20 minutes put up for the second half, and we'll get your second half action underway. To go along with the 20 minutes on the clock, we'll get 30 on the shot clock. There we go. And here we go with half number 2 in a 27-14 contest. Coyotes have had the lead throughout, but it got a little bit closer and maybe a tad uncomfortable with a little bit of a run at the end of the half for the Badgers. So we will get half number 2 underway. Thanks so much to Daniel Head, the AD of all the Coastals, for the halftime conversation and for the opportunity to bring you Coyote basketball, Coyote volleyball earlier, Coyote softball and baseball to come. As McIntosh gets the bucket, gets fouled, and heads to the stripe with a three-point play opportunity to begin the half. The first Badger foul in the first half came 13 seconds in. First foul, half number 2, comes 19 seconds in. Badgers with the same 5 that started the game starting the second half. And those 5 are Williams, Toomer Curley, Burke, and Sisk. And where the Coyotes are concerned, looks like they've got the same 5 as well. Williams, Blackshear, Purifoy, McIntosh, and Whitehurst. Top of the key left open was Purifoy. Didn't like the look. Goes down low to McIntosh to the higher percentage shot. Well, if you're the Badgers in half number 2, you can ill afford to have happen what happened in the first half, and that was that dry spell. As a matter of fact, they did not get their second field goal until we were better than 8 minutes in. Right now, a little better than a minute in, looking for their first field goal of the half. If you're the Coyotes, you're like, hey, dudes, wait as long as you want to hit a field goal. We're good with it. McIntosh trying to throw it over to Blackshear, stolen away by Sisk. Curley with it out front. These Badgers may want this game to last because they do not play again until the 11th of January. That's about, 41 days before they will be on the hardwood again in an actual game. Sisk almost stole that one away. And then Purifoy throws it away into the hands of Williams. Over to Curley. Toomer bringing it baseline. Sends it to Burke, and Burke walked. Of course, the Badgers have a varsity team. And the varsity team plays in the SIAC. Which, by the way, at least the last couple of years, I don't know what the status is this year. Last couple of years, we have handled the production of their basketball conference tournament. McIntosh for two. I do not know about this year. I know we are signed up for the ACCC conference tournament. Shot misses. Loose ball, battle to get it back. Burke's got it, goes over to Toomer. Burke for three. And the Badgers still looking for their first three of the game. I guess I need to check my calendar before I actually say. Purifoy off the glass for two. I'm thinking we are handling the South Atlantic Conference basketball. That is confirmed. Toomer with a jumper, missed on the three. And the Toomer and the Williams got tangled up. Whitehurst with a rebound. Into the far corner, and stepping out of bounds was Blackshear. Here comes Childs into the game. Out of the contest goes Burks. I guess I could have done this to begin with, gone to the Google Calendar and confirmed before speaking. It's just not my nature. Yeah, we are doing the SAC Basketball Championships. Thought so. Then again on March 5th. Handling the ACCC Conference Tournament, handling the GCAA Conference Tournament. And I got a feeling we'll be adding more. Fan into the corner to Blackshear. Back it goes to Williams. Whitehurst pulling up the perimeter, two drops in. And the lead goes to 24. Biggest lead of the game for the Coyotes. Curley working it into the paint, leans in with the right hand, drops it in for a pair. And there is the first second half field goal for the Badgers. Okay, several of you watching on YouTube, and the bulk obviously watching on our website. Hey, we're cool with either. But would love to have all viewers subscribe to our YouTube channel. And you know, when you subscribe to the YouTube channel, if you've got a smart TV, and these days that's pretty common, bring up the YouTube channel. Plug in the game, watch it on the big screen or the smaller screen, regardless of what size screen. Brayshawn Williams coming into the ball game for the Coyotes. And at the stripe shooting is Mikey McIntosh. 41-18 contest. Coyotes trying to get their third win of the year. Curley with a miss, Williams with a rebound. That is Williams to Williams, Brayshawn to Parker, underneath to McIntosh, missed the bunny. Down the floor to Williams. Childs missing on the three. Curley grabs it, back over it goes to Williams, and Williams stepped out of bounds. So the Coyotes with the basketball. Top of the key, Williams. Brayshawn setting the screen. Parker over to McIntosh. Trying to squeeze it through a little tiny window to try to get it to Williams. Jalen Williams with a miss on the three. The put back from Childs, no good, but he draws a foul. And apparently there was something on the other end of the floor. Curley was pointing the other end going, hey, it's got some perspiration. You need to dab up. It's slick down there. So Coach Chuck Taylor is handling that. While on this end of the floor, Childs will go to the stripe and shoot. The Monroeville, Alabama product. Got a fan base here too. As a matter of fact, I see the sign that says, "Go Nick." Yeah, got the Nicholas Childs fan club. Been excited about the 2 free throws from Nick Childs. There you go, fans in the stands. Childs fan club. Here on a Friday in Monroeville.
Preparing for surgery is like getting ready for the big game. You arrive early. You get your mind right. You make sure every tool is ready and the team has the right equipment. Your patient may never know your name. They may never realize that somebody cared enough to ensure all the little tasks were done right. But that's okay. You do. Be somebody. Enroll in the Surgical Technology program at Coastal Alabama Community College.
.1 contest, Coyotes 13-42. Left to play here in the contest. Tomorrow, 2 o'clock tip. As Williams brings it to the glass, Sisk fouls him. We'll be at the Mitchell Center in Mobile. Delgado and Coastal Alabama South ladies basketball. The tip at 2. Put back by Purifoy off the miss. That game was originally slated to be played at the newly renovated Coastal Alabama South Gymnasium. So if you had travel plans to head to Bay Minette tomorrow and watch the ladies play at 2, might want to alter those plans. They're going to play in Mobile. Whitehurst missing on the 3. Williams couldn't get the putback. And there is a foul down low by Sisk. Non-shooting foul. It'll be brought in from the baseline. Williams to Williams. Parker Brayshawn over. It goes to Whitehurst. Jumper just a little bit short. McIntosh after the foul and the bucket, tacking on the and one. That is Williams for three, and that is the first of the game for Spring Hill. And it comes at the 12:21 mark. Nice feed down low, McIntosh. Able to get glass and rim for two. And there is a foul. Let's see who it's committed by. Foul going to be charged to Purifoy. He'll come out of the ball game, and Michael Willis will check in. Also trade Durant into the ball game for the Coyotes. Into the corner to Toomer. Well, apparently Williams has got the threes cranked. Toomer follows with his first of the game. Williams working into the timeline. Brings it down low off the glass, and Curley commits the foul. So Parker Williams will shoot in a 24-point contest, makes it 25. With the Coyotes' 51st point of the game, McIntosh out of the game, and Blackshear coming in for the Coyotes, averaging 70 a contest. LeBron Elliott from Nassau, Bahamas, into the game for Spring Hill. And it is Curley who grabs a chair, but will grab a little Gatorade before snagging that seat. Williams nearly walked with it. Over to Elliott. Lost it in the paint. Durant trying to get it back, and committing the foul is Elliott. Got a couple of guys from the Bahamas, both from Nassau. Micah Sanders, who we have not seen on the floor yet. And, of course, LeBron Elliott, who is on the hardwood. Illegal screen. And that is Sisk that committed the foul and set the illegal screen. I checked that. That was Williams, Rayshawn Williams, that committed the foul. Childs top of the key. Over to Toomer. Bringing it down low, kicks it over to Williams in the corner. Into the paint. And he'll float it to the hoop. Over to Williams. Works it at the timeline on the right side. Blackshear out to set the screen. Williams steps around it. Brayshawn over to Willis. Willis missing on the three. Blackshear trying to grab a rebound. Nearly put it back up and in. Williams with a miss on the three. Willis has got it for the Coyotes. Over to Blackshear. He'll drop in his third three of the game. 2 in the first half and 1 now. Over to Toomer, and Toomer with a walk. Whitehurst coming back into the game. Parker Williams going out for the Coyotes. As we are a little better than halfway through this one. Technically, you've got the NJCAA taking on the NCAA in this one. Badgers, an NCAA Division II school. Durant misfiring on the 2, and Brayshawn Williams will commit another foul. A lot of stuff coming up on JockJive. I know that we're nearing the holidays, and you'd think, well, when you near the holidays, it's time to slow down. I think we slow down on the 16th. Otherwise, got basketball. Plus, we are handling production of the ALA BCA annual convention in Birmingham next week. And the basketball that's coming up, Coastal North, Coastal South, South Georgia Tech. Durant dribbling into Elkins, able to get the dribble back. Looked like Elkins was going to take it away. Willis dropping in the 3 from the corner. And it's Toomer knocking down another 3-ball. And then, of course, we take about right at 10 days off for the holidays, and then we get right back to the basketball. I think it is the 27th when the Lady Jets Holiday Classic gets underway in Americus. Got some ACCC teams that will be there. I know Shelton State will be there. I think Chatton Valley is there. Snow College is there. Tallahassee, Gulf Coast, Eastern Florida will be there. And here's the beauty of JockJive, by the way. We may not have it for you live, like that little 10 or 11 day period where there's no live sports. Well, heck, then you can go back and watch some archived stuff. You want to watch football from the fall or some volleyball. It's on YouTube. Subscribe to our subscription channel, and you can watch whatever you like. Willis makes it a 28-point lead. Sis puts it on the floor. Willis rejects it. Blackshear to Durant. And he'll get fouled by Toomer. So Durant heads to the stripe. Averaging a couple of points a contest. A very good free throw shooter, though. 89%. Of course, if you want to provide the kiss of death, brag on something, you see what happened. Shoots 89% from the line and misses the first, but does make the second. Childs back over to Williams. Whitehurst with the rebound. That is Willis. Into the corner. Out front it goes to Blackshear. He's got 4 of those. One makes that 3 and 1 in his fourth. Missed the fourth. Toomer with the ball after the rebound by Sisk. Toomer almost taken away by Whitehurst. Able to get it back. Goes out to Childs. Trying to get it into the paint to Elliott, stolen away by Blackshear. Willis on the other end with a finger roll for 2. Over to Toomer at the timeline. Williams into the corner to Childs, and he'll rattle in the 3. Williams threw it away. Trying to get it to Blackshear, winds up in Elliott's hands. And Toomer takes it to the Badger into the floor. Curley coming in for the Badgers. McIntosh and Renfro for the Coyotes. Williams kicking it into the corner to Curley. Curley short on the three-try, rebounded by Durant. Over to Willis, got a little help from the official, was headed out of bounds and bounced off the officials. McIntosh for two. And the lead will go to 30. Toomer from outside of the paint, short on the shot. Durant had it. Renfro's got it, goes over to Whitehurst. There is the lay-in by Willis. Toomer directing traffic into the corner to Childs. Wants another three. Gets this one as well. That is McIntosh. Gets the bucket, gets fouled, goes to the stripe, and has a chance for three. Speaking of junior college sports, you know the Final Four in college football is this weekend. Tomorrow, East Mississippi and Hutch. Sunday, Iowa Western and Kilgore. And we talk about it on the JUCO Weekly podcast. As a matter of fact, Mike Frazier talks with 3 of the 4 coaches. Dallas Rue at Hutch, Willie Gooden at Kilgore, and Scott Strohmeyer at Iowa Western. It is available wherever you download your podcast or go to JUCOweekly.org. JUCOweekly.org. Sisk bringing it baseline off the glass for 2. Durant with a lean in, the lay-in for a pair. Inside 5 to play in the game. And Coastal Alabama North has already exceeded what they typically do in a given game. 70 is their per game average. A point over that with 4:34 still to play. And Durant at the line. And the Coyotes are going to be delighted at ending a 6-game skid. And getting this 2023-24 season back on the right track and doing it at the right time. Listen, if you're going to run into a skid, you're going to hit a speed bump, you want to do it in the early part of the year. You don't want to do it in January or February. So just working out a few of the kinks. That is Toomer dropping in the 3. Down it goes to McIntosh. Whitehurst. That is Willis for 3. Sisk losing it into the paint. Renfro the reason lob to the other end of the floor. Whitehurst able to track it down in the corner. And Toomer trying to take it away and does. Into the paint, collision, a foul called on Renfro. Now, the scoreboard would indicate we're not privy to live stats, but the scoreboard would indicate, and now so too would Toomer, that Spring Hill is not yet into the bonus. And Toomer will put it in play from the baseline. Coach Patrick Nyland out to do a little floor diving. In play to Burke, who is checked back into the game for the Badgers. Out front steal by Durant. McIntosh shifting to the left hand, laying it in from the left side. That is Burke for two. Durant tipped away by Williams, but Williams the foul on the tip. And the Coyotes will go to the stripe. Durant shooting. Their highest point total of the season, 85. And right now it's 79 with Durant trying to put him at 80. And it looks like they've got a shot at putting together their best offensive and defensive performance together on the same night. Williams with a miss on the three, Durant with a rebound. The lay in, the bucket, the foul, and Willis at the stripe shooting another. But 85 is their most points in a single game, and the least they've allowed is 62. So I think they got that least allowed wrapped up, and they're darn close to the most score. And going to do it all in one ball game. Good way to end the six-game skid. Foul committed by Renfro. And that's got Jalen Williams shooting. Front end of the 1-and-1 good. Only game of the night, and really a fast-paced game. Right now you're looking at an hour 25 in and 2 minutes and 23 seconds away from wrapping it up. Out of bounds off the Coyotes. Well, if you're the Coyotes, you still need 4 to exceed your highest offensive output. And still got a couple of minutes to do it. Coyotes, after tonight's game, banked off the window. Will improve to 3-7. Over to Renfro, down low to McIntosh, and he'll kiss it off the glass. And there is is a timeout on the floor, and I think it is for the exclusive purpose of getting personnel in, so I don't know how long this break is going to last. As a matter of fact, Coach Chuck Taylor is saying, hey, I just wanted to get some guys in, and we're good to get back to the action. Yeah, I'm looking at my Google Calendar. Here's what we've got next week in basketball. Chat Valley and Coastal North, men's and women's action on Monday. Wednesday, Gulf Coast State and South Georgia Tech. Saturday, Pensacola State and Coastal Alabama South. And then, of course, the 7th, 8th, and 9th. We are at the ALA BCA annual convention in Birmingham. But gotta admit, I don't know if that is actually streamed live. It could be. Might be. I should know these things by now, right? We've been carrying a little basketball lately. Williams with the perimeter 2. Rebounded by McCants. Now in the game. Top of the key pickup by McCants goes to Renfro to Durant. And Durant forced to shoot the 3. The rebound, put back attempt, not there for Bell. Well, maybe it was there. Thought he had missed the shot. But apparently, according to the scoreboard, it counts, and the bucket does indeed count on the other end of the floor, 2. And then is Elliott back into the game, who hits the bucket. And the foul was committed as well, so there's an opportunity for 3. Mousson checking back into the game. Durant coming out for the Coyotes. And Elliott off on the free throw. Over it goes to McCants. And Renfro misfiring with 31 seconds left. It'll be Spring Hill basketball. So you're not going to get, apparently. Could, but probably not. The best offensive performance of the year for the Coyotes. They'll miss that by 1. But they are going to have their best defensive night of the season. And a great starting point for a lengthy win streak. Childs for 3, off the rim. Curley's got it from the elbow. And that will go out of bounds and belong to the Coyotes. And let's see if they are content. They don't even have to bring it across the mid part of the floor if they don't want to. But Poussin says, well, just to be safe. And that is it for your ball game, an 84-50 final. Coyotes improving to 3-7 on the year. And get ready for a matchup on Monday against Chat Valley. 84-50. One of the best offensive performances of the season thus far for the Coyotes, and their best defensive effort in a 34-point win. Thanks for watching our coverage. Great to have you on the other end of the broadcast with a reminder. Love to have you as a friend, follower, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, and of course subscribe to our YouTube channel. We will see you tomorrow in Mobile, Delgado and Coastal Alabama South. Ladies basketball at 2. Until then, for all the Coastals and for A.D. Daniel Head, I'm Robert Williamson for JockJive. So long, everybody.